That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Cool. Thank you very much for turning up today. So obviously what we're going to be doing today is kind of giving you an overview of loads of bits and bobs that's going on. So you guys having a good GDC so far? Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Seen lots of cool stuff going on? Excellent. Well, thank you for turning up today. That's really amazing you guys have turned up. So I'm Michael Warburton. I'm one of the master trainers for Unity, and I cover Europe. We've also got Josh as well, who covers the Americas. So we're going to be giving you guys today kind of an overview of what these training workshops that we're going to be doing, so on and so forth. The main areas for us is we want to be working with you guys on today, for example, giving you an overview of one of these workshops that we've already got out for you guys, which is really, really cool thing to be looking at. We're going to be covering stunning visuals. So this is a workshop that's available now. You guys can get in there and work with it. We've also got a sneak peek of another one that's happening as well. Obviously, we had our lovely keynote that happened on Monday, so really exciting. So a lot of the features that you guys heard about, those amazing, exciting stuff, we've also developed a course that's going to be fantastic for you to make sure you're working to the best with Unity's features, and we're here to help and support you all the way through this. So what we want to do with our agenda today in this little meeting is kind of go over with you, Will, what is the Unity's training approach? And that's really, really crucial for us. It means a lot to us to make sure we're giving you the best, okay? We're not a company that's hiding behind a logo. We're people, we're here, and we're here to support you. So as I said, we're going to have a quick little browse, just have a quick overview of, we're not going to be kind of doing a training session today, but we want to show you what's going to be in these lovely workshops that's going to enable you, for example, stunning visuals, to get the most out of your projects. As I said, migrating to Unity up to 2018.1, absolutely crucial. I'm excited about the new features. I'm sure you're just as excited about those elements as well. Hands up, what was the most exciting thing you guys saw in the keynote? Shader graph, absolutely. I love that. I'm a complete shader virgin. Don't know much about it, but for me, that made me excited. I was like, I can do this. Yeah. Any other exciting elements? Nested prefabs. Oh yes, it's the big one. Yes, yes. It's the big hot topic. It's definitely that. And then we're going to look also at the next steps. How can you get involved in these workshops? What will be involved in that? So on and so forth. Okay. So how many of you guys have been to training workshops before? Anyone actually kind of been involved with that? Brought training workshops? Yes. There's obviously common pitfalls in training workshops. Sometimes they can, they're not as engaging as well. Some of the things that we heard from people is, they kind of go into these workshops and they're not really taking away what they need from it. And it's kind of a bit of a dead zone then for them. What we want to do, particularly for us, is we want to give you our approach to training. It's unique. It's going to be for individuals. It can be for teams as well. We want you to kind of come away with this and take that information to managers or whoever the salespeople are to kind of bring the best training that we can give you and take that into your companies. Obviously, we're going to give you all the contact details for that side of things, and we'll show those topics. Lecture-based projects, training, that is the main promise. We don't want to kind of give you guys those common situations where you go in, you're being lectured at, and you're not going to come away with a project that you've actually worked on. That's crucial. You need to be applying these skills. It may not be, it's unrelated to what you guys are wanting. So it's kind of a very generic kind of situation. These workshops we've developed based on what you're asking for. That's what's crucial to us. It's from the voice of you. As always with Unity, the voice of the developer is the most important thing to us. We don't want you to build the same thing. We want you to be able to personalize what you're working on as well. And that's really crucial. You're not learning anything from a training workshop if it's just follow something by numbers. That's no good to us either. As a result, obviously, as I said, you become unmotivated, you get bad experiences, you're going to start avoiding the training and get this negative experience that's coming through. So what is different with a Unity training, these workshops that we're putting together? Obviously, we've got like 4 main things that were really important to us in these. We want them to be motivating to you. So we want to make sure that everything that you're going to kind of do in there is going to be engaging you in that point where you can see the future of what you're trying to apply. Okay, not just one thing. We like to think of it as, my interpretation, this would be scaffold learning. We're not telling you this is the one recipe. We want you to be able to build on that, where you can see for your projects, your teams, your company, where you can expand this to. Practice and feedback, it doesn't end at the end of this workshop. That's the point for us as well. Practice. trying different features out, sharing, talking about it. We will give you those extra ways. It's not one feature, it could be many things. That's important in our training as well. Decide and do, like I say, we want you kind of to be able to kind of say, well, I can see where the future of this element is and I can take it elsewhere and I can work on that. And engaging in the projects, we want to be able to talk with you and motivate and move you forward in those different areas. So we do encourage you to develop these projects after the training as well. It doesn't end at that workshop, okay? How will we see some of these things actually coming together? Well, with all the courses, there is a participant ebook. So this is something that during and after our workshops, you can go back and you can follow along. You can see where we're going. You can look at that later on and go back and rehearse what we've been doing, which was quite nice because that's going to open up questions for you. And that's what we want, that individualism that's going to come through in this workshop. So this participant ebook, that is for during and after as well. The other really, really amazing thing that we're actually launching in April is it's about the community. As you guys know, that's what Unity, it's at our hearts. It's all about the dev community. We're taking that into the training workshops as well. So we're actually releasing in April the learner community, which is Unity Connect, a fantastic feature that when your training session has finished, you can talk to people. You can talk to other individuals. You'll be able to talk to trainers like myself and Josh at the back. So there's all these features you're going to be able to kind of bring in there as well. You'll be able to ask questions, talk to other peers, but not just the course you were on. You'll be able to connect with people who've done other courses as well. And that's a really useful thing. Really good sharing of projects, feedback, questions. And so obviously as trainers, we can address those and give you that lovely personalized feedback on all those different elements. So really, really important things for us there. Can I just open it up? Any questions from that so far that you might want to ask? No? Cool. Fantastic. OK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump forward now. We're going to have a quick look at one of the first workshops. This is available now. We're really excited about this. So what we've been doing is we've been listening to the artists. What do they want out of Unity? OK, and we've put this together. So just to give you an overview for the stunning visuals, a workflow for artists, there's a persona, obviously, of the kind of person we're looking for who feel that this would be useful, that would benefit. So we're looking for the artists. You've done similar 3D workshops. You've got those skills. And it's time for you to level up. You're kind of wanting to look, yeah, I've used Unity a bit, but how am I going to get more out of my skills and out of that 3D development and that personalization within Unity? So it's all about next level development. So just to give you a bit of an overview, some of the things we'll cover in this, we'll look at some of the features in a moment, but we want to take you beyond the fundamentals of Unity, where you can take and make your art and look absolutely beautiful. We're going to deep dive into some of the high visualization within Unity. We will be including, as obviously, most importantly, as what we've been hearing this week, the 2018.1 features as well are in these projects. We want to make sure you're current, you're moving forward. That will relate later on, as I said. We're going to be looking at the migrating to 2018.1, which I'm sure is a big feature for you guys to make sure we're moving forward. A lovely thing with this, we'll be actually using a great project. It's a hover car racing game project, which we're going to expand on. So the assets were built by Cybernetic Walrus. So we're going to give you assets that are of a really good quality for you to experiment and develop and push these areas forward. OK, what are the common needs that you guys are going to want out of this? So we were kind of listening to what everyone's looking for these visualizations. You're looking for that simple FBX importing, really, really crucial. The adaptive visual environments. Your projects are unique. We want to give you that ability to give it your stamp. Okay? Really, really important. Interactive audio environments, easy creatable cutscenes in your games, really to immerse that player and bring it in and give you those elements in your projects. So obviously like project visualization, stunning effects that some of you might have heard about in the post-processing, simple UI, an adaptive UI, which is really important, and intuitive project updates. Where are we embedding this? So taking some of those really core key features we just talked about, the visually realistic worlds, we're going to go over some things like the real-time and baked illumination, looking at reflection probes and the anti-aliasing side of things. Dynamic visual experiences, timeline, cinemachine, virtual cameras, all these elements. So some of these things you're seeing coming through from the 2018.1 features. Audio, let's really kind of look deeper into this. Let's kind of give your teams that ability to develop those audio elements and kind of, really kind of get that interactive feel, more than just a static audio environment. Let's go deeper. As you said about some of the exciting features we've mentioned, shader graph, FBX installers, prefabs, nasty prefabs will be coming shortly. Not for this one, but we'll be all those updates coming in there. The physics and the post-processing. So as you can see, really current, really important to you as to what we're looking for. Okay, what we're going to do, just very briefly, I'm just going to give you a run over of some of the elements that you guys are going to see coming through on these bits and bobs. So if you give me a second, I'll just quickly pop this up onto the screen for you guys so you can see, and we'll have a look. I don't know. Can we dim the lighting a little bit? Cool. Okay, while we look into this at the moment, so one of the most important things, obviously virtual cameras. This may be something that you've heard a lot about. Maybe you've tried experimenting a little bit in 2017. Obviously, we're going to take that deeper and apply this even more. So, for example, virtual cameras, an amazing new feature in Unity that we can look at. So we get virtual cameras based all over the place. So if I'm just going to quickly pop down into this section here, and I can just jump around and actually kind of show you how our main camera can be attached. We're going to show you how your main camera can become incredibly adaptive and interactive within your projects. Placing new cameras all over the place, so I'm just kind of flicking through to a couple of them that we've got over here, being based all around the scene. So we get these lovely transitions within your projects. Okay. Moving on from there, another feature we're going to look at is, for example, timeline. How can your virtual cameras be brought into the timeline feature and start to easily put together these beautiful cutscenes and really start to add your own interactivity? So, for example, down here, if I just click on, if I can see on the screen over there, can't quite see it. There we go. So as we look over here onto the project window, we've got these beautiful cutscenes, for example, at the start here, how we can kind of get a nice gradient drag from one side to the other on our flags. Start getting some beautiful cutscenes as we're moving around our track. And we want to be able to help you guys with this. Scripting-wise, nothing. That's what's really crucial for us. We want to make it easy. We've done the hard work. Let's teach you the tools to make these lovely environments. And obviously, finally, kind of moving into a nice little interactive cutscene here. What's lovely about the timeline is, like I say, it's easy. You can storyboard out. We want to help you with those storyboards. You can jump into these lovely cutscenes wherever you want. So taking those virtual cameras with no scripting, storyboarding up, drag and dropping these elements in to create these lovely environments. Moving on from there, one of the other important parts for me, which I think is absolutely crucial, is the post-processing. This is where you're going to really add your touch to your games. And that's what we're going to teach you through these workshops. Help your teams really bring that company visualization to life. And that's what you'll get through this. So for example, if I just pop down to here, post-processing volumes, we can, if we have a look on the actual game view window here, sorry, I know the lighting's maybe not perfect, but by switching off, just simply like this, we've got a post-processing volume here. This is like a global volume. So just through the click of a button, checkbox, English American, I should remember. Just through a checkbox, we can add on, using some of these post-processing volume areas, so like giving it a bit of tone mapping, a little bit of exposure, some blur, we can apply overall a nice visualization on top of that screen. Okay, that's cool, but I want to go further than that. I actually want to add more to it. I don't want to be stuck with just one load of visual effects on my area. I want my scenes to change depending on the environment, the mood, the progression maybe of the player within the game, so on and so forth. So what I can do, if I just jump over to here, let's get the camera. We've also got an element in all these things where we can add a volume as well. So I'm just going to flick over to here so we can actually see, we've got like these kind of green blobby areas. They may not be the most prettiest thing to look at in the editor, but the actual result of what we can achieve with these is absolutely immense. So if I just grab my camera, I'm just going to pop this over into this scene here. Let's move that to the view. There we go. If I can find it. Sorry, not the most easiest of views, angles to be trying to find a camera. There we are. Where are you? You're over here. I didn't want you over there. Let's quickly do that again. I'm just going to take off the brain. Let's move back over to one of those areas. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to move my camera over to this post-processing volume so I can actually show you how easy and how simple it is to actually start adding in your own uniqueness to your scenes. So as I said, we've got a global volume that's kind of coloring the whole scene. Let's grab that camera again. Just so I was going to rotate that around so you guys can see. So these post-processing volumes, you can actually add a uniqueness to each area. Let's move that around. There we go. Oh, not the best angle to see what's going on here. Where are we? I might have to move us up a little bit. It's this interesting angle. Where are we? Let's go over there. Right, let's see if I can get that. There we are. Here we go. There we go. Right, let's see if I can move that in for you now. So as we're moving into one of these areas, you'll actually see on the game window, we can actually start to manipulate the actual lighting area. Can you very subtly see at the moment, this is not the most, maybe the best of ones, but we're kind of moving our way into these post-processing volumes. We've got an overall global view, and then as we kind of move into these areas, we can define a secondary different areas where we're actually kind of applying new effects on there to make it easy. Yes?
So you were basically simulating the eye adjusting to being inside the cave.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so absolutely fantastic. And all of this really, really simply, we can just be making additional volumes. So we've got, as I said, we've got our global volume that's actually coloring the whole scene. And then we can make our additional volumes where we can place them wherever you want and kind of add that more uniqueness to the different areas as you're progressing. Okay? So this is some of the features you will cover in the course. Sorry about the quick flick trying to get my head around where we are in that, trying to look around the corner. But that's some of the areas we've actually kind of got going on. So let's move this back out of the way for you. There. Okay. So that's a quick preview. This is, like I said, some of the features you will be coming across in the Studying Visuals. This one is available now, and you can actually be kind of going and looking into this, signing up teams, individuals to adapt and bring this extra visualization. Any other questions before I move on?
Is this playable through Unity? Like if I were to use a controller, let's say for VR, or just a regular, PlayStation controller or USB?
So all the assets that you would be using within the course, we actually will assign where they are on the asset store. You'll download those assets to work along with the actual workshops. So yes, everything is made easy for you to be getting in, interacting, learning, adapting, and applying all those extra skills. So you are scaffolding your understanding and your development. Yeah. Yes.
So I've been impressed with how you can associate post-processing stacks with volumes now.
Yeah.
But you said something earlier that was really interesting, where like you could basically adjust the mood of the game depending on what's up with the player.
Yeah.
So if the player's losing or he's gotten hurt or something, maybe you DI the whole scene in some way. Is it easy to interpolate between different post-processing stacks, or does that require some scripting or something?
A little tiny bit of scripting. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could easily, like we used to do with visualization, with the scripting of the visuals in, you could adapt and you could address those. So yeah, there's many ways you could do it. So you could be looking at adjusting maybe the global actual kind of processing, but at the same time, like you say, yeah, have these different volumes and adapt them with a little bit of scripting if you wanted to. Yes?
Are you able to blend post-processing stacks and timeline?
Oh, do you know what? Really good question. I've not tried that personally myself. Timeline, fantastic though. You can be changing your audio that you're kind of bringing in and out, blending all your camera, your virtual cameras. You can be, yeah, you can attach, like you say, that you can put the cameras. Yeah, yeah.
Question, are those volumes Boolean?
I don't think they are actually, because it's actually more of a crossover. It's actually kind of more of a
You have
intersecting volumes. It will actually create a fade between them. Yeah, so as you move from one, it will do your transition fading as you're moving into one to the other. For example, like you've got your global volume there, and then at the same time there was that additional volume that we made. It was a blend into the two. So if you did put two next to each other, you will get that blending. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, cool. Cool. Any other questions I can help with? Lovely. Thank you. That's brilliant. Okay, so next thing, one of the most exciting things, obviously, as we know, we've kind of been looking at the 2018 features, 18.1. Okay, so what we want to obviously do is we want to make life a lot easier for you. And we want to kind of make it so all these lovely projects you've been working on, whether they already exist or whether they're new ones that you've maybe started, to make that migration over to those new features a lot easier for you. So that's what we're doing with this new migrating to the latest Unity project. Okay, so obviously we'll be covering a lot of the hero features within there as well. So some of the common needs, obviously, that we understand from listening to developers that they'll be looking for in a migrating project. You've got your custom project templates. That's really quite important. You want to have your own setup that's working and is ready to go. This will actually teach you about doing that. Maybe you're looking at previous work, so project-specific rendering. You want to kind of make sure you're adapting and bringing that in. Performance assessment. Is your project going to be ready to import into Unity into 2018.1? Let's help you through this workshop to make sure you're ready. Checking out your assets before we actually bring them in. We can check them over. We can repackage them with the package manager to ensure they are up to date and they are going to work, or even at least highlight some of the features and where they need to be readjusted. Build managements. We're going to have a look at that. Some absolutely fantastic features. That movement as you're going from 2017 to 18.1, we will teach you how you can actually manage those projects and actually the integration and moving on. Quick scene prototyping, some absolutely lovely hero feature we're going to show you within this one. So we've got that smooth migration and obviously custom materials, as we were talking about earlier. One of the lovely key hero features we heard about was the shader graph. Yes?
What are the areas that we need to be concerned about when migrating to 2018?
Obviously, it's going to be shaders. Obviously, we've got a brand new rendering pipeline that's actually coming out in Unity. So we've got the lightweight that's coming out with the 18.1. Yeah, so there's a few things we would need to just make sure and prepare you for those progressions. Right. Absolutely.
Under the shaders in the new rendering pipeline, are there any points of concern that we should be aware of, like stuff that isn't really backwards compatible in general?
I know that we were going to be moving on. So, for example, if we look at the lighting situation, we're moving away from Enlighten. We're going to be moving over to progressive lighting and things. So little elements like that. But we were prepared, and we've got all the stuff to help you within this course here. So this is a really good one for those kind of situations. OK, so just kind of coming back to what I was talking about, so those common needs, what you're going to be looking for. Like I said, yes, the key features, asset manager for preparing. We're going to be going over the scriptable rendering pipeline, so we'll be looking at the lightweight situation there. Tile mapping, some awesome features there. Pro Builder, anyone heard of Pro Builder?
Yes, it's awesome.
Lovely, absolutely. I love it myself. It's really cool. Migration, so we've got our asset bundles, performance benchmarks. We're going to go over the lightweight, and obviously we're going to look at coding path. Post-processing will also feature in this one about the adaptations that have come in there and performance situations. OK, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly show you some of those little features in there, because I am running out of time quite dramatically on this one, I think. Quite a lot. So let's kind of quickly bump over this. So what we will be doing, like I said, we've always got a project that we're going to be working with you. So what we wanted to do was actually show you actually how intuitive it is, our project management and migrating session. So we've taken from the asset store a lovely Unity project called Trash Dash, which is a 5.6 build of Unity project. I've already done it. There it is. I've actually brought that into 18.1. It works, it runs, it's fantastic. This is, so we're not, what we want to guys show is the proof's in the pudding. It's there, it works. We will teach you how to do this and work with you. Okay, so what's going to make life easier for you, though, at the same time, if I just quickly bump over to you, is the management of your projects. One really key feature that you guys may have already heard out is the Unity Hub. The Unity Hub is a great area where you are going to manage the installs and the projects and maybe what version they are running on as well. So it's as simple as, what installs of Unity have you got running on your computer? It's all there. It's easy to manage. We've also got the lovely little feature. We'll be going over how you can actually look to uninstall, set as preferred, getting warnings, information as when there's an update available. Your projects, it's so straightforward and easy. What version do I want to be opening this up with? No longer are you going to have those issues. You're going to make sure you're opening up the right one, kind of getting into that. Okay. So we're going to be going all the way through sort of how you can get your preferences working with those side of things. Okay, once we're in there, what else do we need to know? We've got your package manager. Absolutely fantastic. No longer are you hunting and running around. We will show you and your teams how you can actually get going straight away. If I keeps popping up on the wrong window. There we go. Let's bring that up. Here we are. So your project manager. You'll be able to look for all the latest features, all those hero features that you are hearing about in the keynote. We will be with those workshops, helping you and your teams to make sure you're integrating and bringing the best elements in there. And obviously, we can quite easily see what assets, what packages have we got running in your projects already. What else have we got? As I mentioned before, we've got your asset bundle browser, so we can actually show you how you can actually get going. I bring it over. Preparing your assets for migrating. One of the most crucial things, we don't want to have any errors kicking off. So here you're going to be learning how you can actually take all those assets from your previous projects, like I say, 5.6 with this one, repackage, develop, and put them in there for you. Okay, so just briefly, just to finalize off with some of these things here. Doesn't really stand out very much. To be honest with you, I was quite flattered earlier. I was up till midnight making that house there. I was quite proud that someone who actually made this earlier on said to me, I didn't realize that was not one of our assets. So do we need to kind of, if you want a white box or actually kind of, maybe this is your level of development, quite nicely, this building over here, Pro Builder, absolutely fantastic. So if I click on Pro Builder, those of you that may have already kind of aware of it, some of you aren't. Within this training, we will actually be showing you how to use Pro Builder, actually how you can start to integrate that into your projects very easily, creating custom shapes, smoothing. We can add materials on. That building over there is just one shape that I've put together, and we've applied different materials to different vertices and faces and so on and so forth. Really easy, very quick. We'll be covering over that in the workshop, making life a lot easier for you. At the same time, one of the most important areas for us, let's not have that happen. Thank you very much. Hey, we knew it would happen at some point. Yes, we've got that there. I should have brought my PC. Maybe. That might have been the best option. OK, if I quickly just jump back over there. Obviously, the last thing I wanted to show you, unfortunately, we've just bumped out on that one, is the shader graph. Very quick and easy. No longer have you got to worry about coding for hours and hours to achieve maybe just, I don't know, an emission around your character to give it a nice glow. With shader graph, it's as simple as nodes. We can pop a node on. We can make our own properties. We can connect the two. And very quickly, within a very short time, it's like someone like myself, not a shader expert, create our own unique shaders that we're going to apply in there as well. So all these lovely new features, we are going to go over with you how quickly they can work with the lightweight shader render pipeline to give your teams and your projects the way to move forward into the latest key hero features that we've got at Unity. So finally, I'm sorry I couldn't show you the shader graph just then with our little bit of an issue there. Any other questions that you guys might like to know for this workshop? Yes.
So this is a little bit deep question perhaps, but have you guys got another 150 nodes in the shader graph?
Yes.
Are any of those like density nodes for spatial application of opacities, or like where you don't even apply, you basically have an implicit volume that you're working with? You got anything like that in there?
Good question. I'll be honest with you, right now I can't answer that one. I'm not a major expert. I've had a look at myself, so for some of the light effects that we can do. So transparency, really quick and easy, emissions and all that side of things. Everything you would imagine that you would want there, that you maybe have featured, it will be available. Yeah. So sorry I can't answer that one right now for you, but yeah, definitely. I can always follow that up and look into that after the session with you. Yeah, no worries. Cool. Any other questions?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I'm fascinated by Pro Builder. Is that kind of a general purpose polygonal modeling tool, kind of like what's, basically in Maya or 3ds Max? Is it along those lines?
We have full capability. You can start modeling, so go with the most simplest of shapes, like we're used to with Unity, where we can make our cubes, so on and so forth. We can go up to generated shapes as complex as, say, like we've got like torus shapes, or we can have stairs automatically generated. All these elements then, we can actually completely adjust the edges, the vertexes, we can go to the faces, we can manipulate it in any way you want, extend, all the features that you are mostly used to seeing in something like Maya, so on and so forth. We can do UV unwrapping, all those elements there. It's a fantastic tool that we are proud to have in 18.
So there's operations like extrude and delete components. And
yeah, and then you could actually sort of take faces away, move them apart, reconnect them again, so on and so forth. So many cool elements. Yeah. It is, and I think that's important for you guys as developers, whether you're individuals, devs on an indie scale or higher, to get that quick process. This is a crucial training to help your companies kind of move forward and get going quicker. Yes.
And then the shader graph, is that conceptually compatible with like substance painters?
Good question.
Output?
I can look into that one after for you. Yes, I can go and find out for you. Yeah,
Thank you.
No worries. More than welcome. Any other questions I can help with? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So what now? OK, if any of these courses have shouted out to you, and this is some of the things you'd like to have for your training of your company, individuals or developers, obviously here you can learn more. You can contact us here. We also have business developers in the room. So we've got David as well, who's over here at the back. Obviously, we'll come and sort of say hello as well in a moment, kind of give you a heads up and how we can actually move forward if these products are interesting to you. So Lisa, a big thank you from me. I appreciate it. That's my very first development for Unity, so I'm kind of very proud of that, and I'm glad my cold has disappeared from this morning. So thank you very much, and I appreciate your time listening. Thank you.